Hi, everyone. We all here? We getting it? I believe we're live. How we doing? Yeah. Today was exciting. So, while everyone kind of gets here from all the other videos, because I know this was a little bit confusing of a premiere season. You know, we had a lot going on tonight. We had a couple videos premiering all within like a couple hours of each other. So I'm just going to quickly pop on over to those two, make sure that everyone's over here. Hopefully y'all made it. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot. You can hear? You can't hear. You can't hear me. Can everyone hear me? Is my microphone working? Yeah, so we have a book. More specifically, I have a book, and it's right there. Actually, no, it's right here in person, because I have a copy already. This happened 4 months ago, by the way. This happened 4 months ago, and I couldn't say a damn word, and I've been so excited. I really want to. So someone who exists, and all of those who are saying that they can't personally get a copy, we're going to get to that in just a second. I promise you can get a copy and you can read it in person. I have solutions for you, by the way. But first, oh my god, this happened. Oh my god. So, in the announcement video, I know all day long we had an 11-hour premiere of a countdown timer, just because this was such an amazing opportunity for us and such a big thing happening. We needed something to make it different than any other video on our channel, so that's really, really cool that we had that. But it was like scaring some people because some other channel apparently had an 11-hour live stream and ended their whole channel. That ain't happening here, as you can probably tell. This is just the beginning. This is the new chapter of our channel. It's the new chapter of everything, literally and figuratively, because it's a book. This is the start of us doing amazing things, even more amazing than we've already done. So far you've seen a lot of videos and you've seen a lot of teachings on here, but you haven't seen us actually provide materials to schools, materials to people to be like, no, you have to accept LGBTQ people because they're completely normal. We're completely perfect in every single way. Our love is love and our gender is valid. So hells yeah, you need to accept us. Of course you can give me a hug. Thank you so much. And Everest did some fan art, by the way, we're going to get to in just a second. Speaking of fan art, when you pick up the entire book, by the way, it does have actual illustrations throughout the whole book. During the announcement video, I really couldn't show it too much because of just, we wanted more of a video, and we had a lot of great stock footage that we had to buy, which was very expensive. By the way, making a book is not cheap. So the more you can support it, the better right now. If you can get 5-10 copies, go and get yourself 5 or 10 copies for all of your Christmas lists this year. It was not cheap to do this. I've been hinting all week that this is the most expensive in money and in time that my team and I have ever done on this channel. So I wasn't kidding about that, literally. So it's pretty sad, but yeah. On the back, you're gonna see whole description about me, because this is not my first book, by the way. And then ages 3 for $9.99. We have a UPMC. Legally speaking, we had to. On the inside, there are plenty of illustrations here. Little dedication. Puppy. Yes, we do have a puppy. Of course there. And someone who exists did guess earlier tonight that, and we'll be going through a couple great guesses you guys had for the past week now. But So someone who exists did guess that we're giving puppies to everyone. Literally, we are. But there's illustrations of cities. It's all literally. It's all really here. We did actually illustrate the whole. Actually, I did illustrate the whole book. We have Stonewall, Christopher Street, you know, all sorts of scared little puppy. And the best part about the book is right after we cut off where we were speaking in the script of the show. There's tennis balls. If you can see that, hold on. Where can you see it from? There you go. Puppies and bones. There's so many presents. Oh my god, it's so good. But right after we cut off of the book, the next page is Alex's coming out story, and you hear all about that in the book itself. And learning, basically at the very end of the book, you learn that Shadow is very, very thankful to be a part of this new family of his, and he wishes everyone could, be a part of a family, and he realizes that being a part of a gay family is completely normal and perfect, that he's so happy there. So, but, in the book, it's all there. It's a big, big story. It's 50 pages long, by the way, so it's kind of long, but it's really, really good. Now, yeah, I cannot believe, so throughout the whole week, we've been getting all these guesses, and someone who exists guessed that we were going to give away puppies, and I'm like, yeah, we're literally, I want so bad to say we're giving away puppies, because we literally are. And then someone else, I believe, guessed, because, throughout this whole process, I've been telling everyone that this is the culmination of my life. This is what I was meant to do. Not just this channel, but specifically to do books, and really start affecting the change in the world. And, people have seen me for many, many years now, making films. They've seen me with my activism, so that there's two parts there. And they've seen me write books before, because I've written a couple books. Hold on a second. I'll get them for you. Literally, I have so many books. So I have Trouble Soul, The Untold Truth in the Entertainment Industry. I have, Marketing Music book, The Complete Guide. I have Our Family Part 1. I have another one, which is like How-To Guide. I have plenty of books. And so all of these are available on Amazon, by the way. But that's completely besides the point. That was for my entertainment side of things, for being an entertainer and being an audio and lighting engineer. And then I'm like, well, why not be an activist in a book? Why not show how normal a couple is behind a book, And why not write a children's book? And I'm like, I really wanted to do a story for Christmas this year. And then I started writing it, and I'm like, this honestly would be best told as an illustrated book, So I just started jotting things down, and I'm like, you know what? This is a children's book. Let's make it a children's book. And that was 4 months ago. And it's so cool to know things months before you guys know about them, because it gives us time to do them properly. It gives us time to, really work on them and make them perfect. It gives me time to, make really cool, awesome announcement videos, spend, thousands on making it look great. And really, it gives me time to send this to all my team members and make sure it's perfect before it goes out to you guys. Plus, it allowed us to do a giveaway, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. So in the book, you're going to notice a couple characters. So first off is the character of Shadow himself. Shadow is a gay puppy in the book, by the way. He's not just a puppy, he's a gay puppy, because that's perfectly fine. And so because he's a puppy, I wanted to make him named something. I was going to name him Coco because I love the name Coco, but as you can tell in the book, I sort of allude to that. But there's already a book called Coco's First Christmas that's totally a straight thing, totally fucked up. So I'm like, all right, let me make him Shadow because it really shows my process. Because before I came out of the closet on Christmas Day a couple years ago, I had an album that I put out there for my music called Shadows. And no one knew what that title meant until 6 months later. But it was this whole album about hiding in the shadows of who I was. And I had all these love songs on that album, but I never mentioned a gender. I never mentioned any names. And no one really caught on until it premiered, and until the next album called Pride premiered. So 6 months after the Shadows album debuted, I have another album called Pride that debuted. And so people understood that I was hiding in the shadows, and now I'm proud of who I am. So that's why I decided to call him Shadow, because it was such an honor to write this book, and I knew I'm in an extremely privileged place in my life where I get to write a story like this, and I get to put it out without any fear at all. And I know there are going to be homophobes out there, but I don't give a shit, you know? This is a book, and this is my life's work, and this is what I want to do. And so, as you know, we don't really care about homophobes on this channel too much. And so I wanted to put out this book and pay honor to my coming out story. So that's why Shadow's named Shadow. But also, in the book, it kind of, when Alex is talking about his coming out story, he's like, it's okay that you're scared of people, because I was scared this time last year too. I was scared of coming out to people. And then I came out to them, and I learned that I had to be a brave puppy to come out to them. I had to be a brave boy and come out and say those words. And once I said those words, and once I started to trust people, it was okay, because they all accepted me. And so that's why I named him Shadow. And then Alex is the name of my first ever crush in my whole life. As I told you in an episode called Childhood Signs I Was Gay. And then and also Alex is my writing name. Normally when I'm not writing a book or something like that, I write short stories on the side. And in those short stories, they're all gay, by the way. That's not on this YouTube channel, but it's on a writing channel of mine. Not on YouTube, but it's just a writing page. And Alex is my pen name for my writing and my short stories. And they're all gay stories, you know, all these gay storylines. And so I'm like, I need to pay honor to my writing. I need to pay honor to the first boy I ever really had this huge crush on, and I wanted to kiss really bad. And that's why my pen name became Alex over the years. But also I'm like, I need to make a character named Alex in this, you know? So that's why Alex is named Alex. Troy is named after Troye Sivan, because I think he's the most amazing singer this world has ever seen, but also because Troy's music is what I listened to for months before I came out of the closet, and his music is what I credit giving me the strength to do so, and realizing I wasn't alone, realizing that this is more mainstream than I ever thought it was before. And someone who exists says, I want to see the thing where you write short gay stories. If you're over 18, yes, because I can send that to you. But if you're not over 18, because it's not really bad. I know what that sounds like, but it's like the dates that are in the storylines, they're going into like, oh yeah, they kissed, you know. And if you're under 18, you know. Anyway, there's a reason why they're not on YouTube. Because when you start talking about, oh, two boys kissing and stuff, YouTube's like, no. So anyway, anyway, it's not that bad. I promise. I say 18 just because I have to legally. But I mean, you can read it at any age. I don't. It's a thing, you know. But I do have a writing page. That's linked on my Twitter. Anyway, so that's why it's named Troy. One of the characters is Troy because I wanted to pay honor to Troye Sivan, and I've always dreamt of dating Troye Sivan. So I'm like, if I have Alex as my character and then Troy as his character, oh my god, it's gonna be amazing. The mother in it is, not named in the story, but she'll probably be named in the second book, in the second edition of the book, which I don't know when that'll come out, by the way. This took a long time, but I'm definitely planning things for the future for it. Definitely. Like, this book is not the last in this series. Shadow is going to go on to do many, many things. There's a reason why we called it what we called it. Of like Shadow's First Christmas, we can do Shadow's first encounter with a homophobe. I don't know what we'll do, but we're definitely going to be doing some things. Or Shadow's first crush or something. I don't know. Literally so many things we can do with this. So everyone in the story is named for a particular reason. Even the little girl in it is a character I modeled after my sister. Because in my coming out whole time, my sister was really a powerhouse, a strength for me. And so I wanted a little girl to be, definitely the powerhouse of this whole thing, where, she makes a wish in the water fountain, and because Shadow doesn't have hands, he can't make a wish himself, and so he makes the wish with her coin in the fountain, and it's really cool. And this isn't just for young people, by the way. This is for all ages. You can read this story at any age, but it is a children's book, so if you're planning on getting it for anyone, maybe younger people would be better served for it, but you can definitely read this at any age. So everyone in the whole story is Shadow's first Pride event. I love that. Everyone in this story is put in there for a particular reason. And even like the mother of Shadow being afraid of the mom a little bit, that's me being afraid of my real mom. Everything is put in here for a reason, but it's really a beautiful story. We don't talk about homophobes in the book itself, just because I didn't want to bring that kind of thing up in this story. But, if you get it for a homophobic family member, it's showing them how much their opinions don't matter. Anyway, so with this book, I want to kind of quickly mention that Shadow's first boyfriend. Oh my god, that's so sweet. Okay. I want to quickly mention that until December 24th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Pennsylvania or the East Coast of the United States, until that time, all sales on Amazon. You can get this book at many online retailers worldwide, but on Amazon specifically, if you order it on Amazon right now through December 24th, 2020 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a portion of the proceeds will go to the Trevor Project, Crisis Intervention and Suicide Prevention Hotline for LGBTQ youth. Over the past couple months, we have sent a lot of people their way to get help, and Shadow's Wedding, that's awesome. You're already writing the next couple books for me. But no. So what we're doing is we're also, this could be your way to come out also. I'm just saying. And Karen, I like that. But we've sent a lot of people to the Trevor Project over the past, honestly, year here, because we've had that partnership with them where they help suicidal kids, they help depression and self-harm, all that kind of stuff. They're great, great people. I cannot recommend them enough if you're feeling down. But They are truly incredible people over there, so we want to support them as well. And I'm like, you know what? We need to give back to charity this year because you guys have given me so much power and enthusiasm and so much love this year. I want to give back a little bit. So this is our way to give back. So a portion of the proceeds will go to them by December 24th. We'll be making that donation on December 30th once we tally all the sales up. Then, oh my God, there's so much. And then, by the way, all other sales, all the other proceeds will be going to the Powered and Protected by Rainbows TV show here to help us make LGBTQ education worldwide on a weekly basis for all of time. So, this channel is definitely not going away. I'm sorry I scared a lot of people with that this week. But I couldn't confirm or deny anything because I was like, I didn't want to say no to anything because I'm like, well, what if they guess it then? But yeah, all that's happening. So, there's an art contest going on right now for the Shadow's First Christmas, by the way. If you want to draw Shadow, I mean, this is a pretty good drawing, but Ruffy, this is a pretty good drawing, but if you want to draw Shadow yourself and interpret the book a little bit from what you've heard online here, or if you want to get the book and do a little drawing yourself of how you interpret this whole story, you can send that to me at fanart@prideclassroom.com, or you can submit it on our Discord channel on our fan art page. All of that is open right now. You can draw Shadow right now. You can draw Troy and Alex if you want. You can draw whatever you want from the whole story, as long as it pertains to the story. You can draw it. And that's going to be our contest for all of December. And yeah, we'll do something extra special for whoever does that. Then also, we are doing a giveaway with this whole thing. We are doing a legit giveaway. We have a copy of the book right here that is going to some lucky audience member tonight. So, if the fan art email address. Sure, I can write that in. fanart@prideclassroom.com. There is the email address you can send that to. Now, the thing about it is, if you want not just a copy of the book, but a signed copy from me, a legit signed copy personalized to you, you can enter the giveaway right now using the link in the description. But, and I must emphasize this, you have to be from America for the giveaway because of giveaway laws here in the United States. I'm really sorry. I wish I can do other countries, but we legally cannot do that. If I tell you we will accept other countries, I will get in major legal trouble with the United States Trade Commission, and I don't want to do that. And YouTube might strike my whole channel because of that. It's a very strict law here in America. So we have to give it to someone in America only, in the 50 United States, or a District of Columbia, or a U.S. territory. As long as you're in America or a U.S. territory, you can enter for a chance to win this right now. But, and I must emphasize but, you also have to be a school district. So here is where we're going to get into the second part for those who cannot get a copy themselves. The reason why we're doing this is because if we're going to give a copy away, I know it would make one of your whole year. I know it would make someone's whole year by getting a copy signed by me for themselves. I know that. But here's my thinking on it, all right? If I give it to a school, then a lot of people can enjoy this. An entire GSA club can enjoy this. Your whole school can enjoy this in the library forever. It would have to be going out the Discord. I will get you that in just a second. If you go to the About page on our channel here. There's a link to our Discord too, but I'll get to that in just a second. Just give me a second for this announcement. So I don't get distracted, because there's a lot to talk about tonight. But then if I give it to a school, we're requiring a school to make it available for free for their students in the school library for all time. And that way, if you go to a school that has this, you can go there and read it forever. Also, one of the ways that if you, even if you have a Christian school, you can still convince someone to get it or sign up for it, because it's not a sin to be gay. So another thing really important here is with that, you can also have your school library get this book, because this is legit an actual children's book, an actual book that every library in the entire world should have. So if you talk to your GSA advisor, if you talk to your librarian, if you talk to your guidance counselors, you don't have to come out of the closet. All you have to do is say, hey, can we get this book as a school? $15 for a school is absolutely nothing. So have them get a copy right now. Go into school tomorrow morning. Go into school on Monday morning. Ask them about it and have them get the book for you. And that way, your parents don't ever have to know. None of your teachers ever have to know. This just shows up in your library, and you can go and get that book. And you can sign it out. You can read it in the library by yourself. You can read it at lunch. You can read it wherever you want. And your parents never, ever have to know that you read this book. But the whole thing is available right now for not just yourselves, but school districts as well. So with the giveaway, yes, you can get it for free. One lucky winner will get a signed copy of the book, but from no purchase necessary there. Buying yourself a copy doesn't increase your chances of winning, by the way. But if your school just wants one, or if you're outside of the United States and you want one, please just get it now. That way it's in time for Christmas, and also you'd be supporting the Trevor Project. That's going to help you convince a lot of teachers and advisors to get the book anyway, just because it's supporting charities, not just supporting our show. And even by supporting our show, you're supporting LGBTQ education. And that's all, by the way, all the money from this is going to this channel. We are owned and operated by Madhausen Productions TV, which is my television network, but all that money is going to stay helping the channel here. So rest assured. And helping us grow, do even bigger things in the future, because, as I said, this is not the last book. And as you guys, hey Matt, you know how I had a really toxic friend. Well, I ended the friendship. I'm so proud of him. Awesome, Storm. Awesome. Yeah, get those toxic people out of your life forever. We don't need those. So that's the giveaway. Again, no purchase necessary there. You can go get yourself that. If you're a school district, if you go to a school district that you might be eligible in the United States or U.S. territories, try to convince one of your counselors, one of your teachers, or someone to sign up right now. The giveaway link for the giveaway is in the description of this video, in the description of the giveaway info video, and in the description of the main announcement video. That link will be active until December 10th. December 10th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That link will be active. We'll be accepting all entries from school districts. Doesn't matter if you're a private or a public school district, as long as you are recognized by the Department of Education as a school, you can enter to win. And as long as you are a teacher, an advisor, some employee of the school, even like a custodian or a janitor, it doesn't matter. As long as you're an employee of the school, we can send it to you, okay? And again, the only reason I'm doing that is because I know there are going to be people who have homophobic families, and I don't want to send this to a little kid who's not out of the closet yet. And, this book just shows up and your parents are like, hey, why are you getting a book about a gay puppy dog? I don't want to out you by getting a book. if you don't want to come out yet. So that's the only reason I'm doing that. Also, even though it would mean the world to you, I want it to go to a great cause of helping hundreds of people over years. So that's going to be this giveaway. We might do other giveaways in the future. Depends on how well it goes. All right. Also, again, if you want to read it but your parents are homophobic or transphobic, please talk to your school and get it in your library. Go to your town library, because every town pretty much has a library. Go to your town library and be like, hey, can we get this book? I really want to read it, and I know a lot of people want to read this book in town, so can we please get this, and beg the library, and hopefully they will get it. All right? Now, yes, private schools can get it, because private schools are for, again, if you're a public or a private school, as long as your school is formally recognized by the Department of Education in your state and in the United States, which private schools are, even if you're a Catholic school, it doesn't matter, you are formally recognized as a school under the Department of Education. So basically, how you can basically tell that is if you have standardized testing like PSSAs, or not PSSAs because that's Pennsylvania, but if you have any kind of standardized testing that's the state requires your school to do, if your if your school does certain teachings and stuff like that the teachers do from the state, if you have like typically like McGraw-Hill or any of these kind of books, then typically speaking your school is recognized by the state. Basically if you're going to school, then it's formally recognized by the state and Department of Education, because legally speaking, they wouldn't allow you to go to a school that's not recognized by the Department of Education. That's not legal. So if you're going to a school, that school is recognized. The only reason we say that is because we don't want Focus on the Family or one of these weird groups saying, oh, we have a school. No, you don't. You're homophobic and you're bullcrap. So that's why we say that. Now, if your school has a GSA club, this is a fantastic thing for them. You can get this entire book for them, or you can talk to your advisor right now, and you can have your GSA advisor buy this book with school funds, and you can read it there without your parents ever knowing, or you can get it on your own too. That's the thing. Because again, more copies the better, more it helps charity. All right. What basically we scheduled this where if you order it in the next week or two, you'll be getting it in time for Christmas, and and so that way you can get it in time for Christmas, so that your GSA club can have a Christmas party or holiday party and read the book during that whole thing. You're only 13. Honestly, you can talk to your advisors at any age. It doesn't matter. Yeah. At any school, you can do that. And if you have a GSA, if you would love to start a GSA club in your school, we have an episode talking about how to start one, by the way. 43 tips to starting a GSA club in your school. And you can start one by yourself, by the way. You don't need a whole lot of people. So it's okay that you missed it. Hey, we're all here. It's a live after party. That's what happens. So I mean, in the announcement, we had a whole thing of like, here's a section of the book that we actually read off. So it's really, really cool. You should definitely go check it out after the stream. So yeah. You're homeschooled? Talk to your town library then. I promise you, I've thought of everything here, and I've found a way for everyone to be able to read this book. I wouldn't just, make a book that's for sale. I'm not trying to put it behind a paywall, but also, holy crap, did this cost a lot of money to do? But also, it's because of viewers like you through Super Chats. Super Chats are available tonight. But it's because of super chats and because of ad revenue that we were able to do this in the first place. So, hey, thank you for that. And I'm not trying to put it behind a paywall, but I'm also like, hey, you're getting a physical item too, so it does have a cost to making them. I can't just give out 1 million of them, sadly. But I promise I thought of a way for everyone to be able to read this entire thing. And if I read off the whole thing on YouTube, then this wouldn't sell one copy, And so, yeah, I'm really sorry. But I'd have thought about ways for everyone to get a copy. Now, how much for the book? It is $15 US. It depends on what country you're in. But if you're in the United States, it's $15 US, $14.99 right now on Amazon. And that's a special price that we're doing just for December. But also, we're doing a special price and a portion of the proceeds to help the Trevor Project. So we'll be making a donation of a certain amount of the proceeds from that as well. So we're trying to really make it as enticing as possible to get the book now in December. Plus, it's all about Christmas. So if you get the book in January, we sort of thought to ourselves, hey, you're probably not going to buy it in January, February. I mean, you could. It's still going to be available forever. But, for next year you can. Anyway, so, the link for purchasing the book, let me actually hold on a second. The link for purchasing the book, where's it at? Oh my God. It's in the video description here, but I'll put it in the chat as well and pin it so that everyone has it. And then we'll talk about some fan art, and we'll be talking about replace pin. There you go. So it's in the pinned comment there. You can get it right now on Amazon. It's available everywhere. No matter what country you live in, it's available. I will say in homophobic countries that you get killed. Yes, Discord. I'm so sorry. Yes. All right, hold on a second. Let me get that for you. But so over the past couple weeks that we've been announcing this, a lot of people have been guessing as to what the surprise is, and I'm really happy about that. And I believe it was one person who got it right. They did guess that it was a book. Here's a Discord link, by the way. That's the Discord link. But so we had a lot of guesses in this past couple weeks. I'll show you this really quick because this is something that Everest did for me just today, I believe. Yeah, just today. So I'll show you this. Isn't he so adorable? He's a little pup pride. I love it. So cute. Little tongue sticking out. Little brown. Oh my God. You even got the brown eyes. Right. And then rainbow call. Oh, I love this so much. Seriously, you have no idea how much I want to pet this puppy right now. And I know it's the first on of me, so it's really cute. But y'all did such great artwork this week. So y'all had great guesses. If I can, no, hold on. Wow, that light is really weird. All right, hold on. There, that light's better. All right, because I'm going to be looking at a white screen for a little bit here. And if you have comments, I'm not going to be able to see them too much. Yeah. I'll be able to see the comments over here. Hold on. Pop out chat. Yeah, let's do it here. That way I don't lose you guys at all. All right. So here is some of the greatest guesses I've had on the channel this week. After we announced it, someone, Shy Boy says, all I has online. Everest guessed merch. I would buy it. So Everest, awesome. You did guess it correctly, but I couldn't say whether it was right or not. Joburg Oof says PBR2 and Electric Boogaloo. We do have a second channel coming soon enough that we're completely on board with, but that's all season 4 stuff. Probably just blew your minds. There's 2 surprises in one night there. Carrot Beast Gaming says PBR is starting its own actually, I can just show you this, can't I? Yeah, I can just show you this, what I'm looking at here. Yeah. Yeah, if you guys want to do whatever fan art you want for Shadow's First Christmas, go right ahead. Send it to us on the Discord or in fanart@prideclassroom.com, which is already linked in the comments here. Carrot Beast Gaming says PBR is starting its own convention. No, but that's a great idea, honestly. Oddly specific time, 12:01. What actually happened at 12:01 was I forgot to hit premiere video at 12 o'clock. At 11:59 p.m. I was supposed to hit premiere for the announcement video at 12, and I forgot to do that. I went there at 12:01, and I'm like, crap. Now it's gonna be at 12:15 because you can only do 15-minute increments at YouTube. So darn. Anyway, I can only think it's a 20 sub or merch. Other way, I'm excited from Hoshimi Dragneel. We're so close to 20,000 subs. You're completely correct about that. We're at 19.4 thousand, which is an incredible thing for this year. I'm really hoping by the end of the year we hit 20,000, but we didn't necessarily know that was going to happen today. So, great guess though. Honestly, there was a lot of great guesses. Here's the other one we had going. I don't know, but I'm excited. Y Sketch says, "Did you buy a school, and are using it to teach classes?" I know you mentioned that before, so yes, that's definitely a plan that we have for the future. We desperately want to buy a school, like way down the road, but that's not today. Great guess though, and you're really paying attention to the show if you're catching on that kind of stuff. We definitely do want to buy a school. That's definitely in our future plans. Dang it says, I don't know why, but I just need a video that says gay. Okay. Yeah, so the big event is, according to Plushy Hamster, says, big event, homophobes realize that people in the LGBTQ community are people too. Yeah, that would be amazing. That would have been an amazing announcement, but sadly that is not today. But we are getting a little bit closer to equality thanks to education. Education is the key to ending homophobia, and that is why we're concentrating our efforts on education. Through books, through the videos and stuff. Night, Peter. But yeah, that's the reason why we're concentrating on that. Then Ash says, back full time. What's going on? What will the countdown be for? I mean, there are a lot of people who are asking that. I don't know what it is, but my guess so far is fans in a Zoom call, fans talking about LGBTQ. That would be really awesome, but it's much, much bigger than that, as you can tell. Anyone else think they should add a bunch more of LGBTQ flags to emojis on phones? That wasn't the announcement, but that would be really cool. And then my favorite comment of, I think, all time, legitimately my favorite comment of all time, if nothing else, especially for this video, especially for this announcement, says from Cared Beast Gaming, says, all right, and you got to remember, this is an 11-hour timer that we had going all day long, counting down to 0, and at the very, very end, it went to this other video of the announcement video, because I was going to put the whole announcement video at the end of that 11-hour countdown, but I was like, I don't want people that just want the announcement to have to watch 11 hours of just a countdown timer just to get to it, you know? So I'm like, I need to make them 2 separate videos. I'm really sorry. I know it was confusing for a lot of people, but I couldn't put them together. Otherwise, it would have been really horrible. Plus, then the announcement, then that 11-hour video would have had to been full HD, and that's a much larger upload than what we uploaded it in. Anyway, so Karen Beast Gaming says, when the 11-hour timer ends and the screen cuts, the screen shows Matt sitting in a giant ball pit. This gets so funny. I promise you, I love this so much when I saw this 6 hours ago. When this timer ends and the screen cuts, the screen shows Matt sitting in a giant ball pit. The camera zooms in and Matt exclaims, "We increased our budget!" The cameraman then states that that's not just the surprise. Matt looks at the cameraman and asks, "What else are we doing? I thought the ball pit was all we got." The cameraman says, "We decided to surprise you by bringing Troye Sivan here and putting him in the ball pit for you to find." Matt shrieks in joy, but the cameraman has more. They say, "Troye Sivan is indeed in this ball pit, but we instructed him to remove his clothing before he got in. You will have 15 minutes to find him, and then you get to do whatever you please with him." Matt is seen diving into the balls, and the camera cuts to black. Later, on a community post on our channel, Matt can be seen with Troye Sivan in a picture, although both are wearing dog ears. So I need my dog ears. The caption simply has the eggplant emoji, which is synonymous with a male genitalia emoji. "Thank you for reading this strange fanfic-esque thought I had. It is in no way serious, but oh my god, that's amazing. That's my favorite comment of all time. I'm so sorry to other people, but that is by far the funniest thing I've read in years. I was laughing my head off for the past 6 hours over that wall, and I'm like, and the cool part is, it's like, you even guessed that you even guessed the Troye Sivan part, because it's like, that's what I named Troy after. But I'm like, wow, that is the best comment, because I'm like, oh my god, you know, that would be so awesome, just to have Troye Sivan in a ball pit. And if he was in a ball pit, then there would be 2 extra balls in there, or no, 4 extra balls in there. Oh man, wow, that was the best. So anyway, yeah, that was the guesses that we've had. Also, we had another guest from Michaela, who's one of my good friends and helpers on the show, who helps respond to comments for you guys, because she's a trans woman. She's an amazing person, one of my favorite people in the whole world, one of the nicest people in the whole world. And she guessed that we're making a documentary that's premiering tonight. And then she came over to the studio the other day, because she's actually making a whole online classroom for things I'm sure she'll be talking about in the future. She'll be on the channel in the future talking about that. And all of that is happening next year. But she was over the studio the other day to check out what we have and how we do our whole setup. And she ends up, coming over, and I'm like, "Hey, so like, this is the book," because I show her that. I'm like, "Yeah, this is it," So it's really cool to have her over the studio and to show her like exactly what we were doing before it happened. So that was all the guesses, but that was amazing. Yeah. Oh my god. That was the best. So thank you so much for sending that in. That made my whole day. And I'm just saying, yeah, if Troye Sivan was in a ball pit right now with me, you're completely right. You wouldn't want to have the cameras on. Damn. Yeah. Caribbees, I unfortunately have to get to go. It's 1:30 a.m., but thanks for standing my fanfic. I love your fanfics. Any fan fiction you guys have, send it in, because I absolutely love reading it. And I'm like, wow, now I need to go to my Alex writing channel and just write something. Um, my mom got me rainbow socks. Awesome. Were they PBR rainbow socks for Professor Pride socks? Were they Love is Love socks from the PBR official merchandise store? If they weren't, how dare you? No, I'm kidding. A lot of people make rainbow stuff. We're just one of many, but we make the coolest. You probably already answered this before I got here from Aces Production says, but how did you feel when Elliott Page came out as trans? Amazing. Elliott is one of the strongest people out there. And, you know, his voice is going to be monumental for the trans community. Honest, and even the announcement on... okay, I'll hold on. Let me get to it. Because it's so awesome. And y'all deserve to hear this whole thing. Page. Elliott Page says, "Hi friends, I can actually just share this whole thing with you." This was Elliott Page's post, by the way. And Elliott was a very, very famous actor for many, many years. And what happened? I'll explain what happened right after that, because this was awesome, but what happened immediately after was 10 times more amazing. And it was, you'll see exactly what I mean. So Elliott says, "Hi friends, I want to share with you that I am trans. My pronouns are he and they, and my name is Elliott. I feel lucky to be writing this, to be here, to have arrived at this place in my life. I feel overwhelming gratitude for the incredible people who have supported me along this journey. I can't begin to express how remarkable it feels to finally love who I am enough to pursue my authentic self." Which is beautifully worded there, because it's like, being trans is valid and it's something you are your entire life, and this sentence words it so well of, this is who he was all along, and now he's just finally loving who he is enough to pursue that. And a lot of people that are transphobic don't really understand, this is genetic. This is who you are from the very, very beginning of your life as trans, and you just have to love yourself enough, and you have to accept it on your own. You have to come out sort of in a way to yourself to accept that part of you, you know? And it's not like you're suddenly becoming or choosing to be trans. You're choosing to come out as trans. That's all you're doing, because you were always trans. So that's remarkably worded there, and it was one of the most beautiful coming out letters I've ever read in my entire life, and I've read a lot of them at this point. So this is just beautiful. I've been endlessly inspiring by here right way. I've been endlessly inspired by so many in the trans community. Thank you for your courage, your generosity, and ceaselessly working to make this world a more inclusive and compassionate place. I will offer whatever support I can and continue to strive for a more loving and equal society. I also ask for patience. My joy is real, but it is also fragile. The truth is, despite feeling profoundly happy right now and knowing how much privilege I carry, I am so scared. I am also scared. I'm scared of the invasiveness, the hate, the jokes, and of violence. To be clear, I am not trying to dampen a moment that is joyous and one that I celebrate, but I want to address the full picture. The statistics are staggering. The discrimination towards trans people is rife, insidious, and cruel, resulting in horrific consequences. In 2020 alone, it has been reported that at least 40 transgender people have been murdered, the majority of which were Black and Latinx trans women. Latinx trans women. To the political leaders who work to criminalize trans healthcare and deny our right to exist, and to all of those with a massive platform who continue to spew hostility towards the trans community, you have blood on your hands. Which was so powerful, I cried at the first time I read this, because it's so true. Those politicians, those people have blood on their hands too. It doesn't matter that they weren't actually the ones to do whatever. They did enough to kill people. And it's so powerful of a sentence. You unleash a fury of vile and demeaning rage that lands on the shoulders of the trans community, a community in which 40% of trans adults report attempting suicide. Enough is enough. You aren't being canceled. You aren't hurting people. You aren't being canceled. You are hurting people. I am one of those people, and we won't be silent in the face of your attacks. Again, so powerful. I love that I am trans, and I love that I am queer. And the more I hold myself close and fully embrace who I am, the more I dream, the more my heart grows, and the more I thrive. Again, beautiful. Oh my God. To all the trans people who deal with harassment, self-loathing, abuse, and the threat of violence every day, I see you, I love you, and I will do everything I can to change this world for the better. Thank you for reading this. All my love, Elliott. Oh my God. Such a beautifully worded thing. Oh, it was such a beautiful statement. One of the most beautiful coming outs I've ever seen in my whole life. It was so good. Sorry, tearing up. So, I mean, this was an amazing coming out, but what happened immediately after, people expected that this was going to rock the entertainment industry for a while, because you're going to have homophobes, you're going to have the transphobic people out there going, oh, how dare, another one lost to the movement. Like, no, they were always trans, first off, shut the hell up. But it's so good to see that representation in our entertainment, but also the shows that Elliott Page worked on, every single one of them immediately shared this coming out and said, we're sticking behind you. Every single one of them. All of his friends came out and they're like, sticking behind you. Elliott Page, by the way, has a partner in life. And Elliott Page's partner said, I'm sticking by you. We're still together. I love that you're trans, and I accept that part of you. I accept you for you. And it was so beautiful to see, like, no one from Elliott Page's life leaving him, it was just so incredible to see. But then you had Netflix. Oh my God. Like, Netflix freaking blows me away every time I hear about them doing something, because a lot of Elliott Page's shows end up on Netflix, right? And what happened was, restore chat. Let's see. What happened was, right after Elliott Page came out, Netflix redid every single show as fast as they could. They went into every single edit, like the video editing program that, edited all of these shows that Elliott Page was in, right? Every single one of them they went into, and they changed the credits to reflect Elliott Page's true name instead of his dead name. And so now if you watch any show that Elliott Page was in for all time, every single one of them on Netflix or many other platforms now has Elliott Page listed as Elliott Page instead of his dead name, which is so insightful of Netflix and all these other networks to know the worst thing you can do is dead name someone, and to know to be an executive at Netflix and go, yeah, we know this is going to cost us thousands of dollars to try to re-edit every single show Elliott Page was ever in. They knew this was going to cost them thousands of dollars, but they did it anyway because they knew that they had to be inclusive, that they knew they had to show the world what inclusive means. And so a dead name is, let's say, you're born as, like for me, I was born Matt Haslam, right? So my name is Matthew. And if I was trans, I'm cisgender, by the way, but which means I wholeheartedly know that I am a man. I was born a man. I have male genitalia, so that's cisgender, right? Trans means that you are, later in life, you realize that you are, whether later in life means you're 5 years old or whether it means you're 50 years old, later in life, you realize that you are not the gender you were born with your genitalia, but you were always that gender in your brain, right? Because brain scans prove now that being trans is valid, that you are in fact the gender you would identify as, which is what our whole episode, the science of being transgender, is all about, those brain scans. And so you're born as a trans person with your brain. And so a dead name, what is his dead name? Not what is it? Oh, we won't be saying his dead name on the show, because that's insensitive to Elliott. But Elliott Page was a girl. What was not, sorry, had women genitalia, but was always a man, right? And so Elliott Page at one point had a woman's name given to him at birth, but when you come out as trans, you're like, hey, I don't want to be called a woman anymore because I'm not a woman. And you come out as trans and you say, here's my name, Elliott Page. Call me by Elliott Page. Call me he, him, and they. And so that's exactly what Elliott Page did. Here's my name. Use this. Don't call me by my name, dead name before, So we don't want to say Elliott Page's dead name because it's just not right to do of anyone, especially on a show like this. We don't want to be insensitive like that. But all of the shows that he was in for years all band together, not just Netflix, but they all came together and they're like, yeah, we don't care how much it cost. We support Elliott Page. We're going to change all of our credits for everything that was ever published. And so, they can't do anything about the people that already watched these shows and saw, his dead name on the credits. But from now on, every new viewer of these shows is going to see Elliott Page listed as Elliott Page. So literally, as soon as I saw Netflix did that, which set the example for all of the other networks that Elliott Page works for, to do the same immediately after that. As soon as I saw Netflix doing that, I was like, I literally couldn't hold it in. I started crying. I'm like, that's so beautiful of them to do. Here's this multi-billion-dollar company that really could not do anything here. They can get away with not doing anything here because they're very supportive of LGBTQ over the years. They could simply, in the future, just list Elliott Page as Elliott Page. They don't have to legally go back into all of their archive and redo all their credits. They don't have to do any of that, right? They chose to go out of pocket and spend the money to do that. So that was just incredible. Yes, if you want to do fan art of Shadow, Alex and Troy, or of anything in this whole story, this whole month of December, we're doing a little contest for fan art of Shadow's first Christmas. So anything in the book, from the Christmas dinner to Christmas morning, anything in the book itself, you can, that from the part of the quarter of the story that I shared online here in our announcement video you heard, or if you get the book yourself and you read the whole thing and you hear the whole story, you can choose anything from the whole book. Or if you just want to come up with something on your own of like, all right, well, I didn't read the book yet because it didn't come in the mail yet, but I can, go and I can do some drawing of Shadow's first Christmas morning with the whole family gathered around, or whatever you want to do. This is all on you guys. Yes, this is what the countdown was for. So what happened was we had a countdown for 11 hours to count down to the announcement video. After the 11 hours hit 0 on the clock, that video went down and the announcement video went up, and then we had a giveaway an announcement video that we're running now until December 10th for a giveaway of a signed copy of Shadow's First Christmas, available now on Amazon and many other book retailers worldwide. We're putting it into Barnes & Noble as well. I know here in America we have Barnes & Noble. It's not there right now because I just checked tonight. It's not there yet, but they were waiting for tonight to happen. The book was not available on Amazon until tonight, until 12:01 a.m. That's why we decided to announce all of this at 12:01 in the morning, because, Amazon and all these retailers make you choose a date for the publishing date, and they make you choose this date far in advance. So we were like, December 4th, we want that to be our day, and we couldn't announce it any earlier, and we didn't want to wait until 6 o'clock this morning to announce it. We wanted to announce it as soon as possible. So it's available now on Amazon, many other retailers worldwide. It will be going to Barnes & Noble very, very soon. I know that it's going to be in many other retailers very, very soon, but it might take a couple days to get there. But in order to be eligible for the... by the way, Chris is in the chat. In order to have a portion of the proceeds benefit the Trevor Project, which we're also doing, by the way, a portion of the proceeds from now until December 24th, 2020 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a portion of the proceeds will be going to the Trevor Project, LGBTQ Crisis Intervention and Suicide Prevention Hotline. That will be until December 24th. Only if you buy it on Amazon directly. If you buy it from Barnes & Noble, if you buy it from other retailers, that means basically the amount that PBR, Powered by Rainbows, sees from that book isn't nearly as high, and we aren't able to give a donation after that. So you must purchase it on Amazon itself for that donation to get to the Trevor Project. But all other proceeds from the book, for right now and until the end of time, after that December 24th mark, all of those proceeds will be helping Powered by Rainbows directly in providing LGBTQ education weekly worldwide. And also, if you want to get a signed copy of the book right now, you can enter for a chance to win at the giveaway link listed in the description of the video. But for Chris, because he's one of our producers here at the show, in order to be eligible to win, you cannot be an employee or ever a part of an employee of Madhausen Productions, which is the sponsor of the giveaway. Sorry, Chris. Oh my God, I'm sorry. But you can't. But you have to be a school district in America. Fan art competition. Yes, if you want to submit fan art of Shadow or anything puppy related, anything Shadow's First Christmas related, that's all December long, until December 31st. Matt, is it true that brain as a yes, I think I know what you mean there. So yeah, your gender is determined by your brain, not your genitalia, as we proved in our the episode the science of being transgender. That episode explains it a lot better than I can in this live stream, because that's scripted and this is like live off the cuff. So that explains it a whole lot better. But yes, your gender is in your brain, not your pants, as science does prove. So all these transphobes that are like, but you were born with a penis. Like, no, I was born with a penis, but if I was trans, my gender's up here, not down there. So Anyway, is it because it can make you uncomfortable? Like for me, my dead name makes me uncomfortable and sometimes makes me cringe. I like using my chosen name as Day. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it's about. That's why we don't dead name people. And someone was asking earlier in the stream, can we tell you what Elliott Page's dead name was? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to dead name anyone on the show. It's not what we do here. It's not what you should do ever. If you're curious about Elliott Page's dead name, I'm sure you can find it online if you want, but I'm sure the transphobes are going to be using it like crazy right now. But saying that would be transphobic, so we don't want to do that. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great day. I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited. Yeah. I have another book. I mean, as if I didn't already have enough books in my life. I just needed another one, you know? But this one, like all these other books that I've written over time, let me see if I can show you them again. Trouble Soul from the Mind, Trouble Soul, The Untold Truth in the Entertainment Industry, Our Family Part 1, Marketing Music, all these books, and I have one more. But all these books are about helping people in the entertainment industry. They're not helping the community. And this is the first one that's like, no, I want to help the community out. And I want to show people how normal it is to be LGBTQ and show them that, you know, you can be accepting of other people who are LGBTQ. And you can accept yourself. Because in this book, Shadow accepts himself as being a gay puppy, and he accepts that his family is Alex and Troy, and he realizes that Alex and Troy are just a normal couple, and he makes this wish, as I allude to in the announcement video. Shadow makes this wish while the little girl's throwing the penny in the fountain, and he makes this wish that he'll someday find his forever home. And then it's not right away. He opens his eyes and he realizes, I'm still standing beside this water fountain. What happened? What happened to my dream? What happened to my wish? Why didn't it come true? Maybe this water fountain only works for humans, But then later in the day, a gay puppy just like me. Yes. I feel like I should just be wearing these all day long because I'm so excited today. But anyway, go get my collar. But in the story, he realizes that, not right away. He doesn't find his forever home right away, but he does later on that night stumble into Alex and Troy coming out of Stonewall Inn bar in New York City, and he finds his forever home then, and his wish comes true. And then after Christmas, he realizes, but what about that little girl? In the book, we talk about the little girl at the very end of the story, and Shadow's sitting there around all of his his new family, and his new family gets him all of these little gifts for Christmas. And at the very, very end, after he's sitting around all of his brand new toys and comfortable around his family now, all of a sudden, gay pup, get your collar. Ooh. At the very end, he starts realizing, but what about that little girl? If my wish came true, I hope that little girl's wish came true too. And I wish that every stray puppy in New York City can find their forever home with a family like Alex and Troy, as loving and as kind as Alex and Troy. And so at the very end, you realize that Alex and Troy are just as loving and kind as any other couple in the world. And that's really this normalization of, a gay couple is completely normal, So this whole book is all about that. And we teach a whole lot about Stonewall Inn in the book itself. We teach a whole lot about all of these little things that you don't recognize you're picking up on, but we're teaching it all. By the way, in the announcement video, did you all notice we built that entire set for this video? That's one of the reasons this video and this whole endeavor is more expensive than anything we've ever done on this channel before, because that set was specifically built for this video. It will probably never be used again, because in the story, Shadow is a stray puppy in New York City of New York, USA, and in the story, Alex and Troy go into Stonewall Inn in New York City, and they start living in New York City, And so this entire story is all about New York City, and so we placed in the did you not notice that, Chris? Yeah. So in the video, in the announcement video, we have behind me the entire time is an entire backdrop of New York City skyline. We invested a shit ton of money into this. Yeah. So in the background of my set that we built for this announcement video is the New York City skyline on the wall, and then on the other wall behind me is a painting that my sister did of New York City. So, this is all about New York City, and we put a ton of work into this, making this all happen. And set building is super awesome, but it's super difficult. There was a lot of design, there was a lot of process to make this work, and this is the reason why that's the reason why we have to know about things 4 months before you guys know about them, because in order to make them this awesome and to go to that much detail, in order to go into that much detail into any of these videos, we have to work at them for this long, and it's not just about putting out a book, but it's realizing, this whole book takes place in New York City, so why not make my entire set in New York City? I would have loved to announce this book from New York City, but, right now we're in COVID state and we can't go to New York City to do anything. So I would have loved to we were planning on going to Stonewall Inn this year anyway, and I was like, do you still have access to this set? It might make for a great new backdrop for the next season of PBR. We built that set in my living room instead of the studio, so that ain't coming back. Well, I mean, it's there, but I mean, I'm not. Season. By the way, season 4 of the show is official now. It's a thing. We're coming back in February. After December's over here, you'll see us in February for season 4, which we are calling officially. We're calling it nuts. I mean, you'll hear us say season 4 because it's just more understandable, but we're calling it semester 4 of the show because it's a classroom. We have semesters here. So Chris knows what my living room looks like, and he knows that my dad actually sleeps in my living room. So if I made that the new set of the show, my dad would be very upset with me. So I already have the TV studio in my house, which is a lot of room to take up, because you guys have no idea how much equipment it takes to make this show. But yeah, so we did a lot of work to make this, but it was totally worth it. Buy an artsy boy. Have a great night, and go get yourself a copy. Available now on Amazon. So I mean, Chris, man, this is what my entire week and a half for the past week and a half has been. Also, we're doing a book tour, so that's a thing. I totally didn't mention that at all. And I should have much earlier in this whole thing. But if your school wants to, if your school GSA wants to have me read, If your school wants to have me come in and talk about the book, virtually, we can't come in person, by the way, right now because of COVID rules. But if your school wants me to come in and read some of the book or all of the book to your GSA club, have them get in contact with me at info@prideclassroom.com. That is info at prideclassroom.com. Dude, you sound happier than I've ever heard you. Yeah, because I said it in the announcement video. Like this, well, not only am I my puppy tonight, but that makes me happy. But this is the culmination of my life. This channel, and I've never ever been more proud of the show than I am tonight, because we've done a lot of great things on this show. We've helped a lot of people come out of the closet. We've helped save hundreds of lives at this point, and it's breathtaking to look back and see all the good work that our show has done. Thank you for loving the book. Good night. Thanks for being here. Everest, thank you so much for the artwork. It's amazing. But this is the proudest I've ever been of the show. Like, we've done a lot of great things, but this is this new chapter in not just creating content for the internet to help people, but this is providing materials to the world to start changing the world for the better and start helping people realize this is normal to be gay. And there's so much thought put into every detail into this book. You have no idea how long this took to write, because every single, like I said, every character in the book is thought out to, Shadow, which is like a puppy, a gay puppy. It's yeah, all week I've been like announcing, I'm like, this is the new chapter for our show, and everyone's been like just skimming over that comment over and over and over and over again, and I'm like, you're not picking up on the giant hint that I'm giving you right now, but it really, Shadow pays honor to how I felt like I was in the shadows before it came out and had all this pride. Alex in the story is my first ever crush, and it's my pen name as a writer of gay storylines elsewhere. And really, like, and Troy is my first crush. Troy is my my celebrity crush of Troye Sivan, and the music that helped me come out of the closet and helped me empower me to come out of the closet. And it was on the day that I met Troye Sivan for the first time that I decided to make this whole show. So it felt kind of half-hearted not to pay honor to that. And so a lot of things in this book are thought out to no end. And even the coming out story of Alex, that's my coming out story. So, there's a lot in this book that's very sentimental to me. So it means a lot, but also I talk a lot on the show anymore about, I know we're affecting change. I know we're doing a lot of great things, but as we learn more in LGBTQ History Month, as we learn more about truly fantastic people in the LGBTQ community, we start to realize that they're skimmed over history. Like, the man who founded America was gay, and we don't hear about him at all. He won the American Revolution for America, and yet we don't hear about him at all, because he was gay. The man who won World War II for us, that cracked the Enigma code, that literally won the world, the Allied forces, the war against Germany and Japan. The person who did that was gay, and we don't hear his name spoken about at all. His name was Alan Turing, by the way. But we don't hear about him at all because he was gay. all these truly fantastic people from history are skimmed over. There's a Roman god of homosexuality, if you don't know. There's all these, I mean, all these great people, all these great names, we don't hear at all. Just because they were LGBTQ. And I started to realize in all of this research of this history that am I going to be skimmed over too? No matter how good of a person I am, no matter how much I teach, how many students I help, no matter what we do, will I have a legacy that outlives me? Not just this channel, because after I die, I have it in my will for my life that this channel is being given to an LGBTQ charity. That it will outlive me, no doubt. But I've started to realize that after this channel, or beyond this, will I be remembered? You know, because all these great people are overlooked. And this is my legacy. This is how we affect enough change. This is how we change the world. And that's why I did not care two shits about spending more money than I've ever spent on this channel for this book. That's why I didn't care at all about having to go to all this work to write it so perfectly. I didn't care about, working all this time to illustrate it and to work so hard with our publisher to make it perfect. I didn't care about having to get a couple of copies just to know if it was right before we published it. I didn't care about the cost of this. I mean, I see the cost of it, and my accounts definitely do see it. But at the end of the day, it scares me of like all these great people are overlooked, and like this is my ticket to that. And I don't do this for the fame. I don't do it for the glory. I do it to help people. But I want to help people beyond my 100 years, and this is how I do that. So, because one day YouTube's not going to be a thing. So, we'll have to go to another platform. And, when I'm 90 some years old, I appreciate all of the comments, by the way. I am reading them as they come up. I do appreciate that. But yeah, that's why I didn't really care about the cost of this or how much time it took. I knew this is what we needed to do. And like there are so many parts to my life where it's like, in music, I started off as a songwriter. I started off as a storyteller of my music. And even though I couldn't talk about who I really wanted to talk about in my crushes at the time, in my songwriting, like I had to write a song about a crush that I had of Alex, but I couldn't name him in my song. Otherwise, everyone would know I'm gay. And so I was a storyteller. I was, this musician, and I found ways to tell that story on a stage in theater. I found ways to tell the story in filmmaking over the years, and I learned how to be a filmmaker, how to do YouTube, and how to do these magnificent videos to this quality, to broadcast quality standards that literally nowadays my show is picked up. I should say our show, I'm sorry. Our show is picked up by broadcasters around the world. It's picked up by GSA clubs around the world. We've started GSA clubs around the world. And it's like, I couldn't make it to that quality if we weren't, if I never learned how to be a filmmaker and do all this work. And so literally my entire music journey and filmmaking journey led me to this channel and led me to create this platform. And then for years I've been trying to, tell stories as an artist in many different ways. And so I decided to create a pen name called Alex, and I decided to start writing all these stories out to the world. And, these are massive short stories that I put out sometimes, and I used to put them out on a weekly basis too. Even during the show here, like I'm writing a 20-page long story for another website that I work for and for free. And then I'm like, let me create a YouTube video the same week. It's crazy to do that, but I'm like, I need to express these stories. I need to get it out there that, this is what's normal. And I always tried to write these romantic stories and all of these, very sentimental stories of like, this is what love looks like, and it's completely fine. It's perfect, and so through all the storytelling, that led me to this place where I'm able to tell a story here online. But it, all the books that I've written over the years, like these mean something to me because these do help people, but they help people become better filmmakers, become better musicians or artists, and help them tell their stories. But this is my story. This is the most powerful out of all these. And so all these led to this. All roads lead here. And that's why I always say to people online, a lot of people are in our comment section all the time on Discord or on here. And you think you know what you want to be at 9-10 years old. I started my company at 9 years old, and I thought I wanted to be a musician and just Coco. I mean, the dog was almost named after you in this book. I mean, good night. But at 9 years old, I thought I wanted to be a musician. I thought all roads, were leading to that. But then my dream evolved over the years, and all this time I've been thinking, okay, well, my dream's changing, my dream's evolving because I thought my dream was changing, and I didn't like that it was changing because I always liked being a performer and being on stage and songwriting the most out of anything. And I'm like, I don't really want to be behind a control board doing audio and lighting for a concert that's not mine, because I was helping all these other people do their shows. And I'm like, that's not telling a story. That's just learning the equipment. And then I'm like, well, now on this show specifically, I get to use those skills that I've learned all those years. And then I'm looking at, well, as a filmmaker, why did I become a filmmaker? Well, because I wanted music videos for my own music, and I wanted music videos, so I decided to start making videos. And I'm like, well, I didn't necessarily want to make videos. I wanted to hire somebody to do it. But I'm like, I thought I wanted to do all these other things, and I didn't realize all of those years of learning different skills and doing all these different things, of writing, of, making music, of, learning the equipment and being a filmmaker and being an audio and lighting engineer for concerts. I didn't realize all of that led to this. At the time, I had no idea. I thought I had all these dreams, but truth is I only had one dream. And yeah, I still have a company. Yeah, I still do engineering. I still do video production. I still do all these things, but this is it. This is my number one goal, And so I didn't realize all those roads led to here. And I keep saying this to people in the chat rooms because it's like, some people get depressed that, oh, this certain thing didn't work out. I've had tons of things not work out on me. I've had tons of dreams that just failed. My company for a couple years was failing completely, and I couldn't stop it. And we had to like really rethink some things behind the scenes. People thought we were doing great, but we were failing. And after we looked back and books right here. You can buy it right now on Amazon by the link that's pinned in the comments here. But really, I mean, all roads led to this, and I'm so happy that it led to this. But you know, I get very sentimental. This whole time, my team and I have been, you know, using code names to talk about this whole project, because we were so secretive about it. I told a very select few people before it went live, you know, because I was too excited to keep it to myself. But I tried to use like code names just because I'm like, I don't want people to read the text messages. And I'm like, you know, hey, but it's been a pretty cool day. And I took today off because I'm like, not only did I need to stay up late tonight, but I also was like, no, this is just too sentimental of a day. This is what I've been working towards pretty much my whole life now. And I get to finally tell you all about it. And so I hope it does well. And I'm like, I'm promising myself that I'm not going to look at the sales records tonight. Because I'm like, no, that's not going to happen, you know. But, yeah. Hey, Matt, since I only have a small amount of time, but I put some fan art of Shadow on the Discord and more will be coming. Thank you so much. I'll definitely check that out, Circuit. Thank you for being here, Circuit. Burning Earth Productions has been, like, blowing up. Thank you so much. Matt, in my less than humble opinion, you're always going to be young. Oh, well, I'm getting old, man. 28 is not young. Matt, in my less than where is that? Massive short stories is the oxymoron of the night. Yeah. I do that. I tend to do that. I mean, I can show you where my short stories are, but then I had to kill you, because it's a pen name for a reason. Where's it? When I was young and I wanted to be an astronaut, then I saw a movie, Gravity, and decided to just make sci-fi movies instead. Yeah, dreams do evolve over the years. Wait, what? But where is the preschool book about gay naturists? I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. Tonight it might not be that much sales money, but soon it'll boom. I promised myself I'm not going to look at the sales for a little bit here, because it's just too nerve-wracking to look at those numbers right now. But I mean, yeah. Well, financially, my like accountant guy is gonna be like, "What did you just do for a couple? What did you spend all this thousands on? Like, why? You know?" Like, and I'll be like, well, I wanted to make a children's book. I wanted to help people. If any of you know the movie Gravity, yeah, it's a good movie. Publishing a book and calling it a new chapter sounds. I'm trying to look through all the. We have a lot of comments, man. Thanks for being here, Chris, by the way. Yeah, I mean, okay, but this person has posted their lives online. I pretty much have. My whole adult life has been online. Through all the shows I've had over the years, oh man, it's pretty much all here. But Coco. Hi, Coco. We almost named the dog after you. Just saying. I was going to name it Coco's first Christmas, and I know you're in my chat rooms all the time, and I'm like, yeah, Coco's going to be like, it's all me. It is. I have no doubt this will sell through the roof. I know. I'm always nervous though as an author when I put out something or as anything. Like when I put out a new video, like I know we have like 19,400 and some odd students now. By the way, I don't call them subscribers too much. I don't call them fans because I don't look at you guys that way. I call it students because we're an educational platform. But I know we have that many students now, and I look at it and I'm like, yeah, it'll probably get views, if I put out something, But then I'm like, whenever I like upload a video, I'm always really nervous, and I'm like, but what if it bombs? What if it gets 0? And I'm always nervous about that. Or I'm like, what if like one day I accidentally say something, you're all like, cancel Matt. Cancel the puppy on the internet, So yeah, I'm always terrified putting a video out, and I'm like, but on a weekly upload schedule, it's yeah. But also, there's a trans channel coming soon. I don't know if Chris knows this yet. This might be new to him too, but there's a trans channel coming soon. Yep. So that's cool. But Shadow kind of looks like the dog version of Matt. Not trying to be offensive or something. So every other detail of this whole book is planned out for months. And you think that was a coincidence? Okay, I'm just going to say it. Oh, actually, it's on my screen right now. Where is it at? I cannot do this thing. Where you point at your own screen. I'm trying to fix. Wait, no, it has to go that way, right? Right. So you see that the rainbow collar? Yeah, I have that in real life. You think that was a coincidence? After all the planning for the show, you think that was where we drew the line? We're like, oh, let's just choose a random puppy. No, that's my fursona. I literally hired an artist to do some renders for me of that, and then we, took the best of all of these different renderings, and then I illustrated the whole book from that. But everything else in the book is completely 100% my illustrations to a T. Chris didn't see any of this yet, but Chris will see it when he comes over next time to the studio to record the next episode of PBR. But yeah, we have like all these wonderful illustrations throughout the whole book. Puppies, we have lots of puppies. Christopher Streets and Stonewall Inn, we teach about. Mailboxes, scared puppies. Happy puppies with collars when he gets his collar. Christmas trees. My first on it is a wildcat named Spares. Okay, hi. I love how we have so many furries in the chat. Circuit the Fur is like trans channel. Yeah. That's gonna be first quarter of 2021. Yeah. That's a thing. Gifts. We have more gifts. We have bones and happy puppies. We have tennis balls because, who doesn't like chasing tennis balls? Yeah. So it's all here. Back artwork. Really cool. I mean, here's the thing. I will hand it. When I was like writing other books, which are like chapter books, it's all writing, and you're okay. Hold on, see if I can show it to you. Like, this is what you're writing when you're writing a chapter book, like all of that, right? And it is like a lot of writing. It's a lot of just sitting down, hoping that the stories all work. And as a storyteller, I'm better at this. And then you're like, well, now I have to take the story, let's condense it to minimal text so a child can understand it too, and not use all these big words, so let's create a book like that. And then I'm like, oh, by the way, I have to put pictures to all of it. And I was about halfway through the 50 pages of this, and I'm literally sitting in my editing booth here, and I'm like, you know, I give so many props to every child book author that's ever lived, because holy God, this was a lot harder than I thought it would be. But it was so awesome. Must be going to sleep. Bye, shy boy. Have a good night. Is book in British school? What? I'm sorry, I don't understand that. The book is available in Britain right now on Amazon using the link above. If you go to Amazon and just search for Matt Haslam or Shadow's First Christmas, Matt Haslam, or if you go to the link, like in the comment in the live chat right now, the pinned comment on the top of the chat room is the link to get to Amazon to buy it directly, or to send to your librarian or your teachers at school or whoever to get it for your school. And you can definitely buy it in England. That's already available. I know Barnes & Noble is taking a couple days to get it on, but it's definitely available right now in England on Amazon. There are other retailers that are going to take a couple days after this. It's just the way the process works. Once Amazon has it, because they're the first people to get it right now, there's other schools coming. There's other places coming. But yes, it's going to be available for British schools everywhere as of 2 hours ago. Yeah. You guys want to see the Discord? Is that what you guys are all saying right now? Oh, yay. Okay. This is from Circuit the Fur. Yes. We already have fan art coming in for Shadow. Shadow! Love Shadow. Oh my God. So cute. Wait. Better. I can do better than that. I owe you more than that. I owe you this. Oh wait, Derpy Puppy. It's a Derpy Puppy because his tongue's out. Yep. Happy Shadow. By the way, my puppy name is not Shadow. My puppy name is Amante, but which means lover in Italian. My full name is Monte Deloso, and if you know what Deloso means in Italian, does anyone know what Deloso means in Italian? Any plans on translating it to other languages? That's already done. No, I wish. I wish I thought that far in advance. No, it's not in other languages right now. But we could, if there's enough demand in other countries, we'll definitely, or in other languages, we'll definitely do that. I definitely want to put it into Spanish soon here. That might be happening, but that might not happen till next year. Sorry. I don't know enough Spanish, and the last time I tried to do Spanish for a video, I bombed it, and there was a whole organization that had to tell me what every word meant. So, by the way, there's the second edition of this, this second part of the story, Shadow's First, whatever we decide to be next of this book series, that is going to be hopefully that's going to be not in Poland. Poland's super homophobic, but whatever we decide is going to be the next part of the story for Shadow. It might be Shadow's first Pride event, might be Shadow's first, boyfriend or whatever. Whatever that is, we're definitely planning on having a couple more things. This time I could not hire another artist to help me with the illustrations, because it was so secretive for a long time there that I could not reach out to anybody and ask, hey, can you be an illustrator for this? Because then they would know we're working on something that needs illustration at the very least. I couldn't tell anyone. So for the next edition, we're hoping to have another illustrator help with some of it, because it was super difficult to do this. And we're hoping to have a little bit better illustrations for the next time, too. This one's still fantastic illustrations, by the way. But we always want to keep improving. We also want to, for the next edition, have, a Spanish version right away for school districts to use. We want to have, a much more massive drop than we had tonight, which was still a great drop. Still a massive drop here on the channel. So it's a lot. I got you for the Spanish translation. Give me a copy to a third native speaker, and we'll smooth out the awesome. See, there's already people stepping up. But that's the thing. We couldn't tell anyone about it, so we're like, I can't have the Spanish version available tonight, because I'm like, it's hard when you're working on a project like this for 4 months, and you're like, let's do everything we can to make this as great as we possibly can, and then we'll worry about different versions of it later, because we want to see how it goes first. I mean, if you're going to spend this much money and this much time on something, I want to make sure it works before we spend any more time and money. It would be so cool if you got character designs, even side characters from us. That would be cool. Yeah, you can definitely submit those. Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of people I'm sure are going to be submitting just Shadow, but you can submit. I mean, by the way, the footage in the announcement video is all stock footage of a gay couple. That's not necessarily how I envision Alex and Troy to be. So you can design Alex and Troy to be however you see them in your artistry. So have some creative freedoms with it. Or if you want to make Alex and Troy an NB couple or a lesbian couple, definitely everything's open to interpretation with the artwork. Art is definitely fun. If this was released at my school, kids would take it and burn it because my school is homophobic. I'm literally the only gay kid there. Probably you're not the only gay kid there because 10% of the population is gay or LGBTQ, so you're definitely not the only one. You're just maybe the only one out of the closet right now, and that's okay. So, you'll see later in life a lot of other people coming out, but yeah, that's why if your school gets a version of the book, probably your library would want to keep it in the library and not like rent it out. You know how like when you go to get a book from a library, you can take it home with you. Probably this book is going to be, no, you have to keep it in the library to read it here. Also, that does help with, homophobic family members that may not like them getting this book. Your school will have it available for you to read at all times, but you don't necessarily have to take it home and read it there, or to study hall and read it, where you can be exposed to other people, and people might know you're LGBTQ just by reading it. But even though this book is made for everyone, not just LGBTQ people, to normalize being LGBTQ for everyone, but I I really want to like send this to every like church that's out there. Like Sunday school this week, we're going to be reading Shadow's First Christmas because it's a Christmas story about a puppy. That's really cute. Yeah, I would love that. Hey, Chris says, hey kids, having fun isn't hard when you got a library card. Yeah. Oh God. I remember that. Oh, good old Pottsville. That's a high school we went to. My family thinks I'm going through a phase. Well, if a phase is 100 years than your entire lifetime, then yeah, sure. Is it okay if I try to do short animations featuring Shadow, your persona, and other characters in the book? Oh my God. Why would I say no to that? Okay, so should I tell you the surprise that we haven't planned next? I mean, you've stuck around here for 2 hours. I feel like you deserve it at this point. Because this ain't all that we have planned. I mean, besides the trans channel. That's also a huge announcement that I did not plan on making tonight. and she doesn't know I'm making it tonight. um, I mean, like, it's not going to be a PBR thing, but it's going to be definitely, we are definitely fully on board with supporting it. We're going to be doing a lot of collabs, so that's happening. Shadow series. Well, yeah, I mean that this is not the only book. But Procreate? Oh my god. Yes, Shadows. Well, I mean, maybe we can do like a book of Alex and Troy adopt a kid, and Shadow has to learn to be around the kid, and that's. Oh yeah. Oh, if you miss, I'm sorry. There's a trans channel coming soon. I'm not supposed to say anything more than that, and I wasn't even supposed to say that yet. But so an animated series. Oh, holy shit, that would be cool. That'd be so cool. Oh my god, imagine if like Netflix just picked us up right now. And like Netflix picks up Shadow's First Christmas and like Shadow series and just runs with it, and I get to be help with it, but I still get to make the YouTube videos. Like whatever deal that I would do in the future for this book or anything, any deal I ever do in the future for the show, I'm going to require that we still be able to make YouTube videos, or at least post a portion of whatever show we end up doing on YouTube, just because it's like this is where we started, and this is where all of our students are, and if we end up going to it like a Netflix or an Amazon Prime, that becomes behind a paywall, and I don't want to put education behind a paywall that you have to pay to learn things you should be taught in public high school or public elementary school. That's literally the stupidest I've ever heard. So I don't want to do that. I know this is behind a paywall for part of the story, but I mean, this also costs a lot of money to make. And with it, you're getting a physical thing, and with it, I fully want this to be like picked up by like McGraw-Hill or another company to do like a gay history book or something. I really want that to be a thing. We have a lot of plans, but I mean, an animated series would be amazing. Oh my god, that would be so cool. But no, what the surprise is, Burning Earth says, if I had the funds, I'd hire a team and give you a series. Oh my, Everest, more fan art coming in. Can we order directly, or is this printed on demand by Amazon? Sorry, I'm late to the party and didn't saw the full info. You can order it directly, but it's through Amazon. Like, you can go to prideclassroom.com and click on merchandise to get the link as well if you want, because it's on there now. What was so cool was actually like 2 hours before the surprise was revealed on the channel, I actually posted this merchandise item on the merchandise store on prideclassroom.com, and I was kind of thinking and expecting someone to like go to prideclassroom.com and find it and be like, oh my god, like this is it. So I there was 2 hours there that people could have picked up on it and they didn't. But so Alex and Troy adopt a kid and don't force gender stereotypes on the kid and give them a neutral name. I like that. They don't force their sexuality on them either, because sexuality and gender cannot be forced. It's something you are born. So the bigger and like, well, this is the big announcement, I should say, but with the fan art all month long, December, you can submit any part you want. You can submit fan art of Shadow, of Alex and Troy. You can make them an NB couple. You can make them a lesbian couple if you want. You can take the story and run with it with, Alex's mother and Shadow being afraid, the coming out scene, them opening presents on Christmas morning, and Shadow getting a big bone. Whatever part of the story you want to pick up on and interpret in your artwork, that is perfectly all right with me. Definitely do animations, whatever you want. That is going to run all December long, and you have to submit all of that fan art through the Discord on the fan art and mockups channel, or you can submit it through email at fanart FANART @pride PRIDE classroom CLASSROOM.com, prideclassroom.com, fanart@prideclassroom.com. You can submit that through email to us. All fan art of Shadow's First Christmas will be made into a special video in the start of season 4, if not in January. So that's the other announcement that we have. Yeah, Troye Sivan with platinum blonde hair or brown hair, doesn't matter. Like, Troye Sivan in real life has... Troye Sivan. I should probably turn safe search on here because I normally don't have that on when I research him. I mean, he has brown hair or blonde. You can interpret that however you like. I mean, him and his boyfriend did split up. So, oh, those eyes. Oh. Anyway, that's another video for another day. Actually, it's already a video on our channel called, the hottest twink competition. Hey, Matt, I was making you gay fan art, but my sister saw it, so I ripped it up and pretended it never happened. It's okay. I understand. God damn it, Matt. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So anyway, that is Shadow's First Christmas, and if you do fan art all December long, you can submit it. You don't have to do it tonight, by the way, but if you do fan art all December long, I'll make a separate video about this. But if you do I prefer his blonde or brown hair? Probably blonde. I prefer, but that's another thing. I don't. It's not a contest. It's a fan art submission month challenge. So it's not necessarily a contest. You're not winning a signed copy of the book, sadly. Because, again, we can only legally send it to someone in America. So he's brown-haired, but he also had blonde hair for a long time there because he dyed it. Where he help me out here. Bleached it. Man, it was sexy. All right. But... That is simply freaking hilarious. Thank you. I know for the past week I've been sus, but being like so secretive. I'm sorry. But no, any fan art you can submit through the Discord or through fanart@prideclassroom.com by what the hell are you guys talking about so much? What is? Hold on. What? It's a slang insult for men seen as too attentive and submissive to women. Or, okay, so I'm submissive towards Troye Sivan. Troye Sivan has admitted that he's also submissive. So, I don't know what you mean by that. Anyway. Why is everyone calling Matt a simp? I don't know. I mean, I'm a thirsty puppy tonight, but that's literally describing every night for me. So, Matt has always been sus. I know this because I know him in real life. Yeah, you're right about that. Savannah is brown haired, but he did, bleach it at one point, and he does bleach it a lot for. I know, but he's so cute either way, though. Simp can be good. Okay, thank you. Thank you for helping. And ain't nothing wrong with being a simp. Ain't nothing wrong with being a furry. Let's get back to that world. That's what I know. I know the uwus, and I know a lot of terminology there. I don't know the simp term. I'm sorry, I didn't know that before. Because Matt would do anything for Troy. Anything. That was creepy. I would do anything for a man that treated me right. Period. So yeah. But any fan art is going to be made into a video in January or February for our Shadows First Christmas art challenge this month. So any fan art that you guys do from the whole book series, doesn't matter. You can come up with whatever you want, interpret it however you want. No limitations. You can make animations. You can do movies if you want. You can do whatever. It's all going to be made into a special video coming out in January or February. Oh my God, Pinkie Pie says I came back with a drink and then you guys are talking about Matt being a simp. What has happened? Well, I am thirsty, so thank you for coming back with a drink, but that's not the kind of okay. Oh, Shadow meets a furry. Ooh. But Shadow is a furry. What if that was the book? Furries donated over $1 million to charity in 2019. Good point. So ain't nothing wrong with being them either. Thank you. I mean, Chris knows me in real life, so he's seen my fursuit. So, he has to say that because he's also one of our writers. Time to make 1 million pages of fan art. Yeah. Anyway, the first time I seen one of your videos was you talking about your first crush or something about a museum. Yeah. Oh man, that was a good day. That was a good day in the museum. It really was. I love that. It was Philadelphia. Circuit the Furs like, wait, you have a fursuit? I'm like, yeah. It's not like a big professional one, but it's something I made. Yeah. You guys want to see it sometime? I don't know if I would be like. I showed it before on a stream, and then I had to take the stream down because I was like, "What if my coworkers see that?" I'm very nervous about that part of my life yet. But I'm open about being a furry, but I'm not like, I'm a furry. I do dress up as my furry every Halloween though, so that's a thing. But I mean, what was I gonna say? There was a lot that. Yeah. Wait, there are professional fursuits? Yes, there are professional. Hold on. I was gonna end the stream, but now we're doing this. Now we're doing this. And I'm oddly okay with that. Fursuits by Lacey is like professional ones. This is okay, so tube. Oh, we're live right now if you didn't know. But if Fluke the Husky, which is about the cutest furry on the internet. Cute, and also in real life cute. Like, oh my god. If you ever see Fluke the Husky without his fursuit on, sexy as hell. But he's like pretty much engaged to Tyrox at this point. And I'm so jealous of Tyrox because Tyrox is cute too. Oh man, it makes cutest gay couple in the whole world. But both their fursuits are by Fursuits by Lacey, and they're so nice. I love them so much. But okay, I just want to like show what one I would get. Gallery. Okay, hold on. Gallery. Oh, they're so cute. Okay, this is like literally the epitome of my fursona. The only difference I would have with this fursuit compared to my fursona would be a rainbow collar around his neck, and then a little cuff on his wrist that had the battery rainbow symbol for Powered by Rainbows, because I feel like that would be me as a puppy. I would want some sort of armband. Yeah. So, and okay, and Chris is probably like asking like, oh yeah, like that's much more professional than the fursuit I have, but also this is $5,000. And I can buy a car for that. So, you know, there are differences. I want one so bad, but also, yeah, it's really good quality and it's really soft. If you ever been to like a furry convention, like Pittsburgh has one, in Pennsylvania, the Anthrocon is the biggest one in the world. I desperately want to go to it, but like if you ever go to those, or like, because I've been around enough furries now where they allowed me to like try on their hat or the head of it, and there's yeah, $5,000 starting price, by the way. Starting price. Fursuits by Lacey does really great work, but starting price $5,000. But I mean, think about how many months or think about how much time it takes them to make one. You're mostly paying for labor because holy crap, it's a lot of labor. And some of these like fursonas are very intricate, and the more intricate you have, the more like custom color combinations on all of your parts, the more it is. Which is why I want to go with a very basic like dog one. Just like, no, just give me a dog one that just has an armband that you can easily make, you know. Some really good ones can get up around $15,000 to $25,000. Yeah, they're not wrong about that. Circuit the Fur is completely spot on. Yeah, they're expensive. Like, I watched Fluke the Husky a lot. Oh my god. But and Fluke the Husky responded to me on Twitter a couple times now, so that's been nice. So I really want to like, the most expensive suit that they saw, Circuit the Fur saw, was $75,000. Wow. You know, like you can legit buy the house for that. But so like these suits are expensive, but they really last you, and they're really good quality. But like when I watched Fluke the Husky, I'm just like blown away, and I'm like, I want that. But I know, like when he got his in the mail, he was like, oh, like he saved up for a long time. And by the way, like when you buy these things, you have to like have mock-ups of your fursona for a long time before that. And like really nail down what your character looks like, which all cost hundreds of dollars for every mock-up. So it's not just the fursuit, it's like a lot of mock-ups beforehand. Here's all the art that I've had done of my fursona over the years, and then, you know, finally now I've decided to make me a fursuit, you know. But when you decide to do these things, like the really good artists like Lacey are basically, yeah, you ask for your fursuit and you pay for it a year in advance or more. So it's like a really long-term investment, and you have to save up for a long time about it. But I would much rather see any money that we get go towards education and helping the channel here, and you know, yeah. But see, that's why I'm like, yeah, I don't mind making my own at home here out of my very limited sewing or whatever skills I have, you know, because I'm like, hey, it's my fursona, it's who I am, it's how I want to express it, and I don't have all that money in the world, you know. Plus, I'm buying a car in a couple weeks, so don't have that kind of money. But Chris knows, like, this week I just finished up a huge install. Once I see Matt, if I have a fursuit, I give him a big furry hug. Aw. Pinkie Pie says, y'all, I swear I will work my hardest to become rich, and then I'll buy y'all your own custom fursuit. That's professional. I wish. I mean, so everyone kind of knows next year for June, July, and August, we're planning on broadcasting up to 5 or 6 entire Pride events from start to finish, and we're planning on having, multiple cameramen working the whole day for us. It is 3:00 in the morning for me. We're planning on having multiple cameramen follow me around and cover the main stage, cover all the different booths and tents around the entire event, and asking people, what's your organization? What are you doing? And we're planning on doing all of that, which is going to cost a lot of money. So we're fully planning on having like a GoFundMe for that next year or something if the ad revenue on the channel doesn't cover that cost. But that's all next year. Don't worry about it right now. But one day when we grow as a channel, I might be like, hey everyone, like, can y'all like pitch in like $1 a piece, and then I can like buy a fursuit, and I promise I'll be on the channel with it all the time. Make it a part of our. I'll probably like someday be like, hey, I'll probably like tell my costume designer one day, be like, so we need a fursuit for this one video, for this one little sketch that I'm planning on doing for this video, and then just never do the sketch and be like, yeah, so I just wanted a fursuit. But I feel like they'll watch all these videos and be like, you don't really need a fursuit for a skit, do you? You need it for yeah, okay. I feel like that'll be how it goes. My friend told me that there was no Wednesday this week. Now I'm having a what? There was definitely a Wednesday because I worked through it. I didn't see a moment of Wednesday because I was at a church, literally working my butt off, but installing, a brand new live video system, which looks great, by the way. Just a lot of work. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Oh, your GSA club's on Wednesday. That's awesome. Did Wednesday happen? Yes, it definitely did happen. Today is Friday, so it definitely did happen. I don't know when there wasn't a Wednesday. That's what I'm trying to figure out. We need a PBR Pro Token for Sauna. Huh? Matt, if you practice sewing and stuff, there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube on how to make fursuits. Oh, that'd be amazing. Happy birthday, Polarized Pink. Happy birthday. I know I promised not to sing in this video, but happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. And rainbows galore. See? All right, anyway. What was I going to look up? Oh, yeah. Protogen. Wait. Protogen for... Okay, no. What are they called? Oh god, there's another name for fursuits that's like... I'm not really tired. I was sleeping pretty much all night. Also, protogens are like robot animal hybrids that are popular in the furry fandom right now. Okay, I did not know that. You were sick Wednesday on your birthday. Darn. Well, happy birthday. Celebrate now then, with us. But there's another name for a fursuit that's like, a mersuit. Yeah, mersuit. I know that's like the sexy version of a fursuit, right? Mersuits. Yeah, mersuits is a fursuit designed for people who take part in the furry fandom, but also enjoy engaging in sexual activity while wearing their fursuit. So it's like there are certain holes in certain parts of the fursuit. So imagine like spending $25,000 to $75,000. Imagine like between $5,000 and $75,000 on a fursuit, and then being like, yeah, so I want to like do things with my partner with that, and then season 3 needs an episode of Protoken. Season 3 is almost over. So season 3 has, next week we have 15 gifts you can get your LGBTQ loved ones or yourself, that are all very rainbow. They're just really good gifts for LGBTQ people. Then we the following week we should, if I can get it done in time, have an episode on how to be religious and LGBTQ, and balancing that line for the holidays, because I'm reaching out to a pastor of an LGBTQ friendly church that every one of their church parishioners is LGBTQ, so they're very accepting, but I'm reaching out to them right now to see if they'll do an interview with me in time for that. I know it's a busy season, so hopefully we'll have that. If not, there's another episode planned. Then the following week we will have, which is Christmas, we'll have another episode, which is YouTube itself is sending out gifts to LGBTQ creators like me. So we will be unboxing that on camera for y'all to see the YouTube gifts. Also, for people interested in the furry fandom, I'm going to second that, because it's a massively, just an absolutely massively important and beautiful documentary by Ash Coyote. Oh my God. I literally could not click on that video fast enough when I saw that on YouTube, and I watched it like 5-6 times now because it's so beautiful. But it really does describe how normal it is to be a furry, and it really describes how over the years the furry fandom sort of they spent a lot of money making that documentary. Oh my God, yeah. And yeah, such a great creator as well beyond that documentary, because they are so supportive of just the whole fandom and the LGBTQ community, because she's trans, or they're trans, I believe. Then it describes how over the years the furry fandom got a bad name because of a few bad actors, and it's like a lot of people now are there for like they think, oh, the furries just want to have sex, and it's like that episode of Law and Order, that episode of CSI in Las Vegas really did not do the furry fandom any justice. It set us back years. They did win an award for their work on that documentary, which is fantastic, and they should win tons more awards, honestly. It's a shame like Sundance and stuff don't accept films after you premiere them on YouTube, because it should have won so many more awards. Also, someone please like the video, that way it doesn't have 66 likes. That's just a weird number to see there. But Yeah, it's a fantastic documentary. If you ever want to learn about the furry fandom at all, just in general, where it came from, the origins, and how amazing the community is. Um, but yeah, there's a lot you can learn about the furry fandom that makes it more normalized, and then it's like, yeah, us furries kind of like to, play our roles out during certain moments, like all of, like, because for me, I'm like, no, oh, thank you. We have 70 now, thank you. But we sort of, if you're a furry, it's like, okay, well, I am a puppy, so why would I not want my partner in life or whatever to call me a puppy during more adult moments in our relationship? Why would I not want them to, like, if I thoroughly enjoy being a puppy and my fursona as a puppy, why would I not want my partner to, call me a puppy or my puppy name during those moments? It's like, or why would I not want them to, do things with me with that fursuit, because that is my fursuit, that is my personality, So it's like, that documentary describes it really well. It's not just about this one thing, but a lot of people think it's just about sex, and it's wrong to think about it just that way. But anyway, that's my take on the furry fandom. Also, I can't wait to go to conventions again, once conventions are a thing. When you're at a pride festival or something, and there's like a group of puppies, it's called a pup mosh, and all these puppies are wearing our hoods and our collars, and it's really cute, and it's all like leather, by the way. It's not a furry convention, it's more like just leather, but it's really cute as well. But both parts, I'm like, oh my god, yes, please. That looked weird on camera. Welcome to the live streams, everyone. So anyway, I think I'm gonna head it off there. But once again, thank you all for being here. Bye, Chris. Good night. I'm saying good night too. Because it's time we go. And don't forget, everyone, go get the book right now on Amazon, available right now for purchase. You can get it for yourself, get it for your loved ones, get it for all the homophobes in your life. You can, read the whole story, not just what we shared on the YouTube video and the announcement. That's just like a quarter of the story, by the way. But you can definitely go get yourself a copy right now on Amazon. And if you pick it up between now and December 24th, 2020 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can be supporting the Trevor Project, because a portion of the proceeds until December 24th are going to be going to the Trevor Project to help LGBTQ crisis intervention and suicide prevention hotline. You can also have your school go into school tomorrow, go into school on Monday, ask your advisors, your GSA club advisor, ask your teachers, your guidance counselors, your principal, your librarian. Go to your town library and ask them to pick up this book. That way, LGBTQ people in your town, which makes up 10% of your population, make sure that they get it to make sure everyone realizes that it's normal to be LGBTQ and that it's perfect in every single way. So have them get themselves a copy right now on Amazon. It's going to be available on a lot of different platforms very, very soon. Again, it just premiered on Amazon tonight, which is why we did this at 12:01 a.m. It's a very weird time for everyone, but it's like that's what time they told me. So I couldn't announce it before that, and I was like, I need this to go out as soon as possible. So, So we're going to be it's going to be on multiple platforms, but for right now, for tonight at least, it's only available on Amazon worldwide. You can get it on Amazon UK, Amazon Europe, Amazon whatever versions there are of Amazon. You can get it right now. Order it now, because it does take a little tiny bit to come in. Trust me, I've waited for my copy for about a week, just because, it does take time to print this many copies. So definitely order it as soon as you possibly can. And make sure your librarian or your school orders it as soon as possible, too. That way you can have it for your holiday parties, for your GSA club, or for just whatever. And make sure that you're just having fun with the book. We're going to be... Also, if your school wants to be involved in this, if you're watching this just coming in now, you might want to watch it from the very beginning. But we did a lot, and there's also another announcement earlier. There's an announcement video, there's a giveaway video, and then there's this video. All of these will be available afterwards for you to watch forever. As you know, so if your school wants to be entered for a chance to win a signed personalized copy of the book, you can definitely go ahead and sign up for that giveaway using the link in the description box down below. But if you want to purchase the book yourself, that giveaway, no purchase necessary, but it's only available to schools in the United States, by the way. Because of giveaway laws here in the United States, we're not allowed legally to give away the book to people. You're allowed to purchase it elsewhere in the world, but we're not allowed to give you a copy for free as a giveaway because we live in the United States, and the United States offices are really weird in our laws. I'm sorry. But you must be a school district to enter to win. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited, all that good stuff. All the official rules are listed on the website that we have linked down below on that Google form. But you must be a school, and you must be a school employee in order to enter to win for your school. We're not allowing individuals to submit for the giveaway because while I love you guys and you would be thrilled to have a signed copy of this, if you ever see me in person, I will definitely sign a copy of this for you if you want. But if you we want to help as many people as possible, so we're giving away a copy to a school, and that way we're not sending a copy to someone's house and potentially outing them to their parents, which they may not want to do at the moment. So we don't want that to happen. We're giving it to a school instead. Once your school has it, make it available to all of your students. That way you can read it in your school library or in your town library. And that way, just in case you're not out of the closet, or if you, if you're living with homophobic or transphobic parents, you can still read the whole book in its entirety, which we only shared about 25% of the book on our previous announcement video. So you'll be able to read the whole book in your library without your parents ever knowing. Another cool thing is, we have the art contest going on all month long here. So if you have fan art of Shadow or anything in the story from Alex or Troy or any part of the story you want to interpret, you can definitely submit that fan art on our Discord channel this entire month, or through our fan art email address at fanart@prideclassroom.com. What else do I have? Go pick yourself up a copy of Shadow's First Christmas. P.S. T-Gang, howling back. Go get yourself some Shadow's First Christmas. It's all illustrated. Literally. I'm not joking. Everything's illustrated in here. Get yourself it. So you can see all the illustrations. In the announcement video, I wasn't able to show you all the illustrations, but there's a ton of illustrations in here. Go get yourself a copy right now on Amazon. Link, again, first link in the description, and the link in the live chat pinned. Anything else? Oh, yeah. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being so amazing that we were able to do such an incredible big thing. Thank you so much for being so supportive of an audience. One more comment here. Funny story, I came out to my parents as pansexual, and turns out my mom's bisexual, so she was super understanding. Took 2 years to prepare for nothing. Well, honestly, that's okay. And the fact that your mom is bisexual doesn't surprise me at all because it's genetic in your DNA. It does get passed down for generations, so it doesn't surprise me. But that is a funny story. I like that. But I love more that your parents are accepting of it. That's always good to hear. So yeah, go get the book, guys, gals, NBs. It's out. This is it. This is 4 months of work, all in your hands now. So thank you all so much for the support. Thank you all for being here. And like I said, this is the culmination of everything I've ever done in my life. This is it. This is my legacy. This is the start of a new chapter in our channel. And boy, what a bright chapter it's going to be. So, look forward to great things in the future. But in order to do that, we really want your support on this. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing me to make another book and make a book like this. This means a lot to me. And I deeply appreciate, I don't take this channel or this platform or my students for granted a single moment of my life. I know I'm incredibly lucky to be in the position I am, to not just host a show like this, but to make a book. I'm incredibly lucky to have this platform, and I don't take it for granted for a moment. So I want you all to know how loved you are and how amazing and special you are to me. So thank you, and good night, everyone. And whatever time of day it is for you, I don't know. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning for me. But thank you all for being here. Go get the book. Have a great day, everyone. And bye for now. Rough. Oh, wait. No, I gotta be Fluke the Husky. Because that's what gets clicks, right? I have to tag Fluke the Husky in all this, right? Because we talked about him. That's how I get views, right? Rough. Good night, everyone. Love you all.